Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on Wednesday, April 13th. And we had a lot of practice with making casual speech, starting with anything that is an ing ending, like doing, making it doin'. So there's two changes that happen. For any verb, you're going to change from ing to n. Change the ing combination in doing, which means the back of your tongue is very high and touching the top of your mouth. Ing, like sing and ring, to the in the front. The tongue tip touches behind the top teeth. Mm. And the second change is the vowel. So doing, you have E as in eat. The tongue is very high, doing. But when we change it to the in, now the front of the tongue is high and the back of the tongue is low. So it's easier to go to You can use I, do win, but a lot of times this I is so close to E that it's hard to make that tiny difference. So make a bigger difference while the tongue tip is up in the front for in, keep the tongue low in the middle and the back, and use like one. And it would sound the same as one. I spelled it WUN, but doin'. The un will be very short. So no matter which one you use, it shouldn't really stand out. You're not saying do win, do one. It's just very short. Doin', doin'. That's it. So the first part of the verb is going to be the emphasized part, and then the ing changing to un is the shorter part. So, how you doing? How you doing? And thinking. Thinking changes to thinkin'. What are you thinking would be perfect. But you can change what are you to what ya. It's usually spelled like this, but it sounds like this. What da ya. Thinkin'. It's all What are you thinking? So, what are you thinking? Going changes to goin'. So instead of where are you going? Perfect. It would be where ya. We usually spell it like this. So if I was writing a casual email, I would spell it like this. But it sounds like where ya going? Where you going? Hey, where you going? Eating changes to eaten because the eat, your tongue goes to the T position and then you're going to say un. So just hold it there and make the syllabic in eaten. Eaten. What are you eating? Sounds very formal. What are you eating? What are you eating? What are you eating? What are you can have two choices. You can say what are ya, like we've been doing, or you can say whatcha. Either way, what are ya or whatcha. But it's all the time. How are you doing? Is perfect. How you doing? How you doing? What are you thinking about eating today? If you want to sound like a computer, what are you thinking about eating today? What are you thinking about eating today? What are you thinking about eating today? The words that are not stressed, that are changing to the us, can be shorter and faster. So, what's really important is standing out to your listener no matter what. What? Think, eat. That's really all the information they need. So, don't worry about pronouncing all of them perfectly. What are you thinking about eating today? Because if they hear what, think, and eat, in context, they can put it together. What are you thinking about eating today? So you can make these changes if you have good intonation. The intonation now, this is carrying the meaning more than the actual words. What's your favorite place for lunch? What's your favorite place for lunch? Not a lot of changes there. What's your, I can say what's your too. I didn't make that change. An S and a Y can make a ch. So I can say what's your. Sorry, I forgot to do that earlier. What's your favorite place for lunch? Where do you want to go? Can the want to can always change to wanna. And then that sounds like where do you wanna go? Where do you I forgot to make that duh. Where do you wanna where do you wanna go? Where do you wanna go? Where do you want to go? Um, is this where we are? Yeah. Where are you going for vacation? We can get rid of the R, just drop the R completely. Where you going for vacation? Where you going for vacation? Where you going for vacation? How was your vacation? Was your, it looks like an S, but it's really a Z. Was. And now a Z and a Y next to each other can make a Z. And the zh is the same as sh, but with voicing. So you need sound coming from your throat. Zh. If you feel your throat and you don't have vibration, zh, then you're making the wrong sound. You're making sh, zh. How was your, how was your vacation? How was your vacation? What are your plans for Thanksgiving? This is unusual. We can make this contraction in speaking, but we don't usually do it in writing. Water. So the T apostrophe RE, the T is now a D. So I spelled it like this: water. What are your, instead of what are your, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? What are your plans for Thanksgiving? What are your plans for Thanksgiving? Dun 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 dun. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Dun 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 dun. What is keeping you busy nowadays? Make a contraction. What's keeping you busy nowadays? And I made the comment that I've never used the word nowadays. I always say these days. So you can use either one, but I think for most Americans, these days would be more common. What's keeping you busy these days? What's keeping you busy these days? All right, that was it. That was a lot of fun because these things are the way they look and the way they sound are very different. So you may be hearing these from people all the time, but you're probably thinking this is the question. And when you say the question, you're probably saying it perfectly, but you don't have to. You can say it more casual as long as you have good intonation on the important words. So, for more practice, I'll see you next Wednesday. We can practice anything you want, but this is exactly what I was hoping that people would ask more about. And it's easier to hear in other people's speech before you feel confident using it yourself. But that's great. Notice how other people actually asked you the question or said something, not just how you understood the meaning. That's the first step. So, great. Have a good evening, and I'll see you next time.